the channel, we're talking Elite 91 leaks and a little AEW figure news. Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel. Today on the channel we got something special. Usually we do figure reviews, we do weekly purchases, fig hunts, but every once in a while we have some quick news videos, and that's exactly what we're going to do today. As overnight, last night, we're talking June 25th, my birthday. There you go. We've got a leaked lineup announcement from Mattel, Elite Series 91, out there for the world to see. We've had a lot of leaks of Elite lineups, Ultimate Edition lineups in the last few weeks out there. A lot of things getting out, creating buzz, creating excitement, but I thought today we'd talk about Elite 91 and who's supposedly in this lineup. This news comes courtesy of the Toys for Life Facebook group. Check out that group if you're on Facebook, and that's where this news originated from. But it looks like Elite 91 coming probably towards the very end of the year, maybe early next year would be my guess. We'll see with some of that timing there. But we're looking at Bianca Belair, Hulk Hogan, Sami Zayn, Austin Theory, Kevin Owens, I almost said Kevin Steen, Kevin Owens, and RVD making his return to the Elite lineup. So let's break it down a little bit. There was no costumes announced, none of that kind of stuff. This is just a leaked announcement for Elite 91, and we're talking Bianca Belair. There's a lot of great outfits she could go with. Would wonder if it's maybe the WrestleMania outfit. That would be awfully iconic, and that makes a lot of sense to me, but once again, we don't know what these outfits are, but that's what I would presume. Hulk Hogan, I wouldn't mind seeing this later day Hulk Hogan, host of WrestleMania Hulk Hogan. I have a feeling that's what we're going to get there. We talk about it a lot on the channel, putting our business hat on, taking that step back. Hulk Hogan is a character like the Stone Colds, the Ric Flair. Some of the major characters in the WWE Mattel arsenal are usually not in the current Elite lineups. They're saved for store retailer exclusives, and there's reason for that, like we've talked about on the channel. A buyer at a Walmart, a buyer at a Target gets a heck of a lot more excited if Mattel comes to them and says, I have an exclusive Hulk Hogan figure, and so forth, and besides coming, say I have an exclusive Nikki Cross figure. Obviously, store buyers, they know who Hulk Hogan is. Do they know who Nikki Cross is? Probably not. No offense to Nikki Cross. But Hulk Hogan in the traditional lineup, I'm guessing this is going to be the WrestleMania hosting attire. That makes the most sense to me. I don't know anything. I'm just guessing, taking a guess out there, taking a stab, because that's not an iconic Hulk Hogan that Mattel could use for certain retailers. This is just a modern day Hulk Hogan, basically. But still very cool, especially for you Hulk Hogan fans. I understand there's Hulk Hogan fans out there, just like me as an Ultimate Warrior fan, that'll take any Hulk Hogan they can get. So he will be in their Elite 91 lineup. Sami Zayn in there. Sami Zayn seemed like he used to be in about every single lineup for a long time. They took a nice break, as they sometimes do. Sami now back with a newish gimmick, kind of looking like a young Fidel Castro out there. But that'd be a cool outfit for Sami to get in figure form. I'm okay with that. I'm all in on that one. Austin Theory, part of NXT. We've had basics and Chase Basic of him just recently, so I'm not surprised he's returning to the Elite lineup there. Or not returning, but entering the Elite line. I got to think some of the tooling face scans are already there. It'll be interesting to see what kind of outfits he's in. If he's in more of those basic type attires from previous Raw runs and stuff like that, or if he will truly be the NXT The Way version of Austin Theory. I would wonder if that might be the end. Kind of a crossover there of time. It could really go either way if you ask me. And then Kevin Owens, just like Sami Zayn, he seemed to be in a lot of lineups for a long time. Took a bit of a break. Not sure exactly what Kevin Owens will get. We'll probably get updated tattoos, I'm sure. But for most Kevin Owens figures, they're pretty much the same across the board, as the way I've always seen it out there. But we'll see. We'll see how that ends up shaking out. And then the one that's the jewel that's going to excite most people, including myself. I'm very excited for this one. Rob Van Dam, one of my all-time favorites. You guys know I'm an old-school ECW guy, so I love me some RVD back in the Monday Night War era. His WWE run, just loved RVD for a long time. So to get him back in the Elite lineup is long overdue at this point, it feels like. We did get one Elite figure way back in the day, but these will be much updated. It'll be interesting, the outfits. As we all know, RVD's had many a singlets over the years. Which one will they choose? And the cool thing is, he is the Chase, so we're going to basically get a 2-for-1. I'm hoping they give us a totally different singlet for the Chase. we'll see how that goes. Hopefully it's not an Aleister Black with just a different knee pad or something like that. Hopefully they go all out for this RVD. So Elite 91, coming towards the end of the year, maybe early next year would be my guess, is 86 is probably coming to the stores around August, I would think, July, August, if at best. So Elite 91 is going to be a strong lineup, especially with Hulk Hogan, RVD in there. Sami Zayn, basically a return to the line with kind of a fresh character. Bianca Belair being the superstar she has turned out to be as the champion in her big WrestleMania moment. And then you got Kevin Owens, which I'm going to guess, nothing against old Kevin, he's probably going to be the shelf peg warmer of the bunch. But breaking news, Elite 91 coming at you soon. But Elite 91 isn't all. We're going to go back in time a little bit. We're going to do Elite 90. I saw online yesterday, I think it originated from a YouTuber, Instagram, Twitter account of Unstable. Not familiar with it, but that seems to be where that came from. But it sounds like Basic Series 126 is coming out with Mandy Rose. She will also have a chase involved in that. Bobby Fish returning. I don't think he's actually had a basic figure in the past, has he? I know we've got some elites. We're also getting Cesaro, Seth Rollins, and of course Drew McIntyre. So Basic Series 126, Mandy Rose being the chase there. Should be an interesting lineup. You guys know how we do basics on the channel. It's really touch and go. There's some we get, some we don't. But then, we just covered Elite 91. We're going to Elite Series 90. Elite Series 90, Big Boss Man, making a long-awaited return to the lineup. It'll be interesting to see what Big Boss Man we get here. It's Elite Series 90, and he's also going to be the chase. Will we get the SWAT team Big Boss Man? Will we get the old school jailhouse Big Boss Man? How great would it be if we got Big Bubba Rogers from the NWA? I know I'm not the only one that would want that figure out there. That'd be an awesome chase. I don't really see that happening. Usually it's a paint decoration or accessories that'll be different maybe. But I would love it if they gave us a Big Boss Man, maybe an updated, better SWAT Big Boss Man. And then give us a Big Bubba Rogers. But I know a lot of people also would probably like the old school Big Boss Man, but we did get that twice already, so I'm not sure if they would go down that road. But I'm guessing SWAT Big Boss Man's the way it's going to go. We're going to get Jey Uso in Elite 90. Obviously a single run for him for about the last year, so that'll be really interesting. He'll be able to hold that over his brother Jimmy Uso, say, hey, I got one more figure than you, because we're very used to them coming in pairs in basic sets and pairs in the Elite lineup. So Jey getting one over on his brother. No stranger to the Elite line, Randy Orton, another Randy Orton. We've gotten a lot, but it's been pretty varied for different parts of Randy Orton's career in the Elite lineup for a while, so I'm okay with that. I like that a whole lot. We're also getting Bronson Reed. That's going to excite a lot of people out there, including me. You guys know I love a good big figure. I hope he comes in the Bam Bam Bigelow-inspired gear from NXT TakeOver. I can't remember which one it was, but I would love to see that. But I love a big figure. It'll be cool to get that figure for sure. And then we're getting Reckoning and Mustafa Ali. So maybe a little dated there on those figures is most likely going to happen there. Reckoning's not even really a thing anymore, as we all know. Mustafa Ali's kind of changed his gimmick again a little bit. So a little bit of a difference there. I don't know which one would possibly be the peg warmer in that set. I mean, Reckoning maybe very well since he's off TV, really. The gimmick's dead. I can see that one kind of holding around. But, you know, there's a little bit of face paint there. You guys know how that usually goes. Randy Orton could be possibly, but Randy Orton's always maintained his popularity fairly well. But we'll see. It'll be interesting to see how that shakes out with Elite Series 90. And then the final thing for this video, we got a little bit of AEW news this week. And then the final thing we got this week from the video, and this came from, it's been going around the internet as a lot of these things do, Phil Legion of Hasbro Vintage and Retro Wrestling Collectible Group. There you go. Cheap plug there. But this came from him. Apparently, he went back and forth with Jeremy Padower. And here was the question. With Mattel continuing their previous retro line, as well as independent makers Chella Toys and Zombie Sailor Toys, continuing the vintage figure trend, are there any plans for AEW to release a form of the early 90s Hasbro/recent Mattel line? Looking forward to the LJN line is what he says. Thanks in advance. And Jeremy responded back, absolutely. Now, I wouldn't say this is breaking news, as I don't remember the interview. Maybe it was back early in 2021. But I remember Jeremy first mentioning he wanted to do LJN-style figures and Hasbro-style figures. And I remember him saying at the time of Classic Superstars, he had a little bit of thinking back and looking back at that. He wishes he would have went Hasbro style instead of LJN because he felt the time was not right for LJNs. And I'm not surprised. I have a feeling these LJNs might last a few series. Then they might mix in some retro type figures to keep with current trends and keep the community guessing, I would say, on this. So it looks like we're going to get some AEW versions of Retros as well. Retromania is running wild. I knew people wanted them. I like them. I knew people were clamoring for them, but I never in a million years thought we'd see the Zombie Sailors, the Cella Toys. There's another one out there. I can't remember its name. Company. They're doing, I think, Jay White. But then Mattel getting back into the game, and now Jazzware is throwing their hat in. There's going to be retro overload. It all comes down to how much money do you have? How much do you want to put towards your figures? Can you get all these AEW figures? Can you get all the Mattel, the Unrivaled, the Unmatched, the Ultimate Editions, the Tag Team, or the 2-pack sets, the Basics, there's so many different figures. And you got Super 7 with New Japan figures. There's figures coming at you from every single direction. It's going to be tough if you're a completist and tough if you're buying them all. You got to pick and choose. And not everybody will rise to the top. Some of these lines will fail and go away. We'll see how that nets out. It'll be very, very interesting how this all nets out at the end. But a quick news update on the channel. I thought I'd break in and give my thoughts, my opinions, and all that kind of fun stuff. I'll be back tomorrow on Saturday with weekly purchases with all kind of toy news, all kind of happenings. You guys know how those weekly purchase videos go. And I'll tell you right now, a little Easter egg, that will be the most expensive weekly purchases of all time. I had the biggest week, maybe not the most items, but as far as price-wise, breaking the bank, the most expensive weekly purchases of all time. So make sure you're back here on the channel tomorrow and you check that video out. So for leaked lineups, I'm Kyle. See you guys all real soon.